works out. Let's go ahead and take a look at x divided by 2x minus 1 greater than or equal to 5. Okay, step 1, move it to the right hand side. So we got x divided by 2x minus 1 minus 5 greater than or equal to 0. Now we want to factorize, but before we actually do that, what we should do is we should put this together into one simple fraction. So in order to do that, I need to go ahead and multiply this by 2x minus 1 divided by 2x minus 1, so I can get a common denominator. So what I have then is I have x minus 5 times by 2x minus 1, all divided by 2x minus 1. Again, we want this to be greater than or equal to 0. This is exactly the same thing. I'll just do it below. So this is actually going to be x minus 10x, so that's minus 9x. So minus 9x, and then that's going to be plus 5, right? And that's going to be plus 5. And then we're going to divide this by 2x minus 1. We want this to be greater than or equal to 0. Okay, so what are the important values? We know that x, if I solve this part and let that be equal to 0, then that would be 5/9. X would be equal to 5 over 9. And when I take a look at this part over here, this part over here says 2x minus 1, so that would be 1/2. But we have to make sure that x is not equal to 1/2. Because if it is equal to 1/2, then this doesn't exist. So the important thing is that the numerator is going to give us 1. This is actually going to be equal to 0. The denominator is telling us what those values actually, what x values cannot actually occur. So in other words, that's not in the domain. So we can still do the same sign value now, and we can take a look at each one of these factors separately. So here's the negative 9x plus 5. Let's go ahead and just draw it like that. And here's the 2x minus 1. And then here's the negative 9x plus 5 divided by 2x minus 1. Okay, let's just go ahead and say that this is 0 here. Okay, so if I go ahead and say 5/9, let's just say that this is 5/9 here. It will make that into a 0, so anything to the right of that, like say for all, let's choose 0. If I choose 0, then this is all going to be a positive value. If I choose anything greater than 5/9, let's say 10, and that's of course going to be a negative value. Now the thing that we have to worry about here is the 1/2. Now the 1/2 is right about here. Let's just say that that's 1/2. It's right about there. And notice that I'm going to put an open circle, which means that my function, or this inequality, cannot assume that value. Now if I go ahead and take a value of 0, notice that if I put 0 in here, everything to that is going to be negative. Oh, sorry, positive. 0. Negative, sorry. And if I pick anything that is greater than 1/2, then that's always going to be a positive value. So now when I go down and take a look at my overall sign diagram, then here's the 0, here's the 1/2, here's the 5/9. This is an open circle, that's a closed circle. If I multiply down, this here is all going to be negative. In between here, that's going to be a positive and a positive, which is positive. And everything to the right of that is actually going to be a negative. So if I wanted to find out where this was actually going to be a positive value or greater than 0, it would have to be between 1/2 and 5/9. So x has to be an element of that. So if you follow the means by which to actually create a sign diagram by using these 4 steps, you should be able to go ahead and calculate and solve any inequality that's given to you. Okay, give it your best shot. See you next time.